balances. We can select periods and see the sales and information for those periods. We can look at a particular product sales and list them, and product will actually have a distributed royalty, because here is Amazon or this other distributor. At any rate, the point is that you can then you could set. I can click this button right here, send to report viewer, and our system has this lovely report viewer thing that allows you to then bring it up, look at this, these are, and it tells you that these are sales for product whatever, period, and here it is. Here's the periods, and here's the totals. Pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, that's a doing and off.
So whatever you want to do, you can print that little baby right there by pressing that button, and it prints up all your list of printers, and you print them. Or you can leave it in the report. Put it over to Excel spreadsheet for you to massage it any way you wish, because most people are pretty good at that stuff.
Yes.
Everybody asks us, can I send this report to Excel? So there it is. And then headings, and you get your header.
Very nice.
On my system, you can also save this spreadsheet. Okay. Okay, so back to reality here. We're going to get out of this. The ways we can look at data. Interesting part is this. Let's click this button. Which I've not been doing, then I can of a royalty statement. If I were to produce that royalty statement today, this is what data, and if this was acceptable to you. We actually can modify these columns. We can add one or two more. We can do that kind of formatting, etc. So basically what happens is it says Eddie Frazier, royalty check date, royalty calculation period, name and address. Your logo goes here. Oh, here's here, not ours. And then it shows book by book by book by book the sales. It could show life to date units, for example, units sold this period. Now, in this case, this was a quarterly statement, and this customer wanted to break out each period's sales individually, which we can or cannot do. We will or will not do based on what your choices are.
Okay.
Installation, the royalty type, the royalty rate, and the royalty extended due amount.
Which our authors would want it broken down, because if they had like a big email blast or something they want to see in that given month, hey, what did I do, with my money to go do this.
Okay, so they're doing some of their own sales marketing stuff.
Yes.
Here's an example down here of an advance that you gave to the author, which you may or may not do. Here's the first payment. This is actually the comment is it. This right here. Advance against royalties, first payment of author, blah, blah, whatever it is. And so based on the length of the description or the title, whatever, we put that in. We can also take this statement and turn it sideways and put it on a landscape mode so you can get more stuff on the report.
Okay.
You can, then you see that this amount, whatever that is, and $1,900 here, and $11.65 here, and $1 here, added up to this amount, and this is how much we're going to pay them for this royalty period. We have a feature in the statementing that says we can net the products together, or we can only pay positive amounts.
Okay, because we pay we're set up to pay anything over $25, then a check is cut.
That's no problem. I'll show you why that's no problem here in a second.
Okay.
The second thing, though, is the first thing is, do you just net the whole statement? Negative books for an author are netted against positive sales for an author, for another book?
We have been, I mean, but hey, we're open to anything.
Royalty parameters and two questions. Number one, here is your minimum dollars.
Okay.
We can also define what we call a special sale and set up a category called special sales, which generally speaking in our world means that we don't want to pay them royalties if we had to discount it greater than 80% or 70 or 60 or whatever. Maybe it's a remainder sale. You're getting rid of the books. You're not going to pay them royalties. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
That's one choice. Now, what was I...
While you're looking for that, Les, I've got to go to another training session. I will leave this session. Guys, have fun and make money.
Hey, when I conclude and we kill the session, it automatically stops the recording, or do we have to stop it?
Yeah, just hit the recorder panel's stop button and before you end the desktop.
Okay, will do.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, John.
Let's meet you all.
Bye. Nice to meet you.
Thanks.
So right down here, these are a whole bunch of little buttons that tell us the system on a universal basis how to operate. It says include negative product amounts in the statement or only pay positive amounts. So there's that particular choice you can make. We can use POD costs for returns or not. That's a big problem with print on demand. Some people didn't want to include the POD cost on returns, some did. We can figure out how to use the best pricing mechanism if we're doing list pricing. We can calculate discounts from the sales line items from our friends at Ingram based on actual discounts or implied. Implied discounts are when the list price of the row coming from Ingram is different than the list price in the product master, and hence there might have been an additional discount percent granted because of a keystroke.
Right.
In other words, it's a $15 product. The list price was entered as $10, and then they gave them another 30% discount. Well, that actually turns out to be something like 42.5% discount.
Right.
So the difference there is the actual discount, which is the 30%. Implied would have been 42.5. We can calculate royalties on sales when the AR is paid, or just pay it as it goes. So when the AR is paid or when the AR is posted. We can talk about that based on Ingram. We don't know exactly how you would do that if you would need to. And we can define override categories by the ship to the bill to. That's generally speaking when we have the full iPUB system running and the royalty system is installed. This is the screen that we would put the across the board reserve for return amount right down here, probably something like that. So that's the setup deal.
Okay. Okay.
Now a couple of more things I want to show you before I apparently would be, but I am.
Oh goodness.
We can enter and post adjustments to royalty contracts. This is a little screen that tells us that we want to enter. And you see it automatically goes and gets that guy. Now we have a whole bunch of codes that have been entered. Here could we, and these are just example codes, nothing that you have to use, but they really cover the range. It could be any sort of balance of invoice. These can be plus or minus transactions. So let's say we wanted to create an advance of $2,000 on a certain date, and then we can put in